Hello and welcome to the Capitol. I want to thank all of you guys. I want to thank all of you for coming out today. I know that some of you have been dissuaded from coming out and participating, but I think under these difficult times, you have to have a voice. And we want to thank each and every one of you for the hard work you do for the state. I've been here for 16 years. My name is Senator Ken Chevron. And in those 16 years, I've seen what all of you have had to go through. And it's been difficult. And we are in difficult economic times, but we didn't have to be in this situation. And I think it's time that we acknowledge that the state workers are an important commodity. And I think, as we said in our flyer, that you're not just an FTE, that you are workers, you are taxpayers, and you are voters. And that's going to be very important when it comes to November. The budget crisis we're in has been something that's been accumulating over time. But there is a way out of it, and it's unfortunate that none of our Republican colleagues have come, because we did invite some of them to participate, and they either chose not to be here or they just decided it wasn't important enough. But there are loopholes out there that could be closed. There are special interest tax giveaways that we have done over the years, and those can be closed. We don't have to cut thousands of state jobs, nor do we have to make sure that all of you have a bigger pay cut than you're already taking this year. It really is about shared sacrifices. And I know that all of you have made a lot of sacrifices over the last couple of years, and especially this year, and you're being asked to make more. I have a bill that went through committee that they're holding, and it would say that state legislators would have to make the same sacrifices as we're asking out of you. That if we ask for you to take a 5% pay cut, then we need to take a 5% pay cut. Right now, they're not letting that bill out of the Senate to be voted upon. And I think that's really unfortunate, because if we're asking other people to do things and make those sacrifices, we should be asking us to do the same thing. So if you have a chance, make sure you call or write to Senator President Bob Burns and say, let that bill out. Let the people make a decision of if they want everybody to make sacrifices. Because when they go to vote on those tax cuts, or when they go to vote on those cuts for your salaries, it's going to affect them also. And I assume that they'll think twice before they do it without understanding the importance. I'm going to let everybody here kind of say something. These are my fellow senators. I don't think we have any representatives. But we are the ones who are behind you and are fighting for your rights. And I know that it's a really difficult time right now, and the morale is really low, but we're here for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thanks to all of you that have come out today. My name is Rebecca Rios. I represent District 23, Pinal County, and I'm the Assistant Minority Leader here in the Senate. I've had the good fortune of serving the legislature for 12 years now, and I've always been very supportive of state workers. These are very difficult times, but unfortunately, guys, you're beginning to take the brunt, and it's unfair. We've asked you to come here today because this rally is for you. We as Democrats are here today to show you our support for you and the jobs that you do. Over the past year, this Republican governor and Republican-controlled legislature have cut over 4,000 state employee jobs and furloughed another 27,000 state employees. Now, the governor wants to close the Arizona Department of Juvenile Corrections and lay off another 1,100 state workers. But as you know, it doesn't stop there. The Republican-controlled legislature and Governor Brewer also want to cut your salaries by 5%. I think that I speak for all of my colleagues, and I know I speak for you, when I say that we're sick and tired of the complete lack of respect that this governor and this Republican-controlled legislature have shown state employees. Let me tell you what we find, I think, most frustrating. Currently, in this legislature, there's a bill that made its way out of the House very quickly and is awaiting a vote in the Senate. It is a bill that the Republicans call a jobs creation package. Ironic, isn't it? At the same time that they're cutting your jobs, they would like to propose what amounts to, at fruition, a $750 million tax cut that will largely benefit corporate companies, and they're going to call it a jobs creation bill. The fact is, it's a tax cut bill for large companies and corporations at your expense. Enough is enough. We're standing here with you today to say, help us with this fight. Help us send a message to our Republican colleagues and to Governor Brewer that enough is enough, that you and your families cannot sustain a pay cut, and that you need to be treated with dignity and respect. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Linda Lopez. I'm state senator from District 29 in Tucson, and I am so pleased to see all of you here today. I have to tell you, yesterday evening when I was passing out flyers to folks in front of DES, I had lots of folks talk to me about their concerns, their anxieties, the fact that folks are so demoralized about what's going on with state government and the thousands of jobs that state employees have lost in this state, adding to the huge unemployment problem in the state of Arizona, creating a further economic crisis for our state. You know, our colleagues on the right, the Republicans, have said that state government doesn't have any business to, dealing with that having those employees lose their jobs does not hinder the economy, that we need to look to the private sector to improve the economy. And that's truly not the case. There's studies after studies that show that government actually is an economic driver. You folks are economic drivers in the state of Arizona. You're part of the solution, not the problem. And there's lots of ways that you can be a part of the solution, not just by being state employees, but by speaking out. You can come over here to the House and to the Senate. You can sign in on the public register kiosk and register your displeasure with what's going on. You can send emails, you can send letters, you can send faxes. You can make phone calls. You can tell the folks in this legislature that your voice counts. So do that now. But you have an ability to change things at this state legislature. You have no idea of the incredible power that state employees have. There are thousands upon thousands of state employees. If every state employee got out and voted come August and in November, if you made your voices heard, if you joined with every teacher, every school district employee, every university employee, imagine the difference you could make in this body. You can do it. Do not allow these people to demoralize you and make you think that you're not important, because you are. You're a part of this state, you're a part of our future, and I thank you.
Again, I want to thank every one of you. We had a rally like this 8 years ago, and it was really well attended. And I assume that there's a lot of people afraid to come out today. So, yes, and you shouldn't be, because you cannot be fired because you've come to this rally. You are on your lunch break, and you are representing yourselves, not an agency. And if you hear of somebody who got in trouble for for coming here, make sure we know about it, because we will take care of it. We heard of agency heads who dissuaded their employees from coming here today by saying that it's not on their lunch break. You have to have had it pre-approved. BS. As Linda said, you guys are a voice. When you go back to your different agencies, you've got to implore your fellow people, who I know are very demoralized, that they do have a voice, and they have got to speak up. Because if you do not speak up, you will be hurt. We have lobbyists, we have everybody else down here speaking on behalf of all of these groups every single day. And you have people, you have some of the unions, you have other groups who are speaking, but you yourself are the best spokesperson to convey your concern. So you need to write letters, email, and make sure you vote. And again, thank you.